Everyone, this is Chris from Cathode Bias. This is Tubes and Tunes, Volume 1. Hopefully you can hear me. Looks like the live stream is picking up right now. So tonight we're doing a focus on Megatone Records out of San Francisco. It was a 1980s disco label that I don't think a lot of people know much about. I personally didn't know a lot about them until I started picking up some of their records in the last year and did a kind of a deep dive. I have about 20 of their records altogether. Tonight we're going to play about 10 of them. But I think before we talk about Megatone, we got to go a little bit deeper and talk a little bit about the history of disco in general and electronic music. But I'm going to let Giorgio do the talking, and I will shut up now. So here we go with Giorgio and Daft Punk.
When I was 15, 16, when I really started to play guitar, I definitely wanted to become a musician. It was almost impossible because the dream was so big that I didn't see any chance because I was living in a little town, was studying, and when I finally broke away from school and became a musician, I thought, well, now I may have a little bit of a chance because all I really wanted to do is music, and not only play music but compose music. At that time in Germany, in 69, 70, they had already discotheques. So I would take my car, would go to a discotheque, sing maybe 30 minutes. I think I had about 7, 8 songs. I would partially sleep in the car because I didn't want to drive home. And that helped me for about almost 2 years to survive. In the beginning, I wanted to do an album with the sounds of the 50s, the sounds of the 60s, of the 70s, and then have a sound of the future. And I said, wait a second, I know the synthesizer. Why don't I use the synthesizer, which is the sound of the future? And I didn't have any idea what to do, but I knew I needed a click. So we put a click on the 24 track, which then was synced to the Moog modular. I knew that could be a sound of the future, but I didn't realize how much the impact would be. My name is Giovanni Giorgio, but everybody calls me Giorgio.
If you can hear everything all right, give me a thumbs up. It looks like it's coming through all right. Just want to confirm that the sound is good.
once you free your mind about a concept of harmony and of music being correct, you can do whatever you want. So nobody told me what to do, and there was no preconception of what to do.
So our hero Patrick Cowley is majorly influenced by Giorgio, which we just heard right now. Daft Punk talking to Giorgio about the work he did in the 70s in the disco scene. He moves to San Francisco from my upstate New York home location and ultimately starts Megatone Records. And one of the things he produces right off the bat is a remix to Giorgio's Donna Summer classic, I Feel Love, which is what we're going to listen to next. It moves from Giorgio and Daft Punk to I Feel Love by Donna Summer. Here we go. lot of Cowley's influence in this part of the track, actually. This is pretty much his take on I Feel Love. So as I mentioned, Patrick Cowley moved to San Francisco and basically set up shop in the Castro district, which is back in the 80s was kind of the center of kind of gay culture in the U.S. and very creative area in the U.S. at the time. And he met up with disco star Sylvester at the time, and honestly, it was a match made in heaven. He was able to convince Sylvester to come over from Fantasy Records and join Megatone, and kind of the rest went down in sort of 80s disco history, I guess. This is a track by Patrick Cowley. Cowley featuring Sylvester from 1982. It's called Do You Wanna Funk? So here we go with Do You Wanna Funk? So ultimately, the story of Patrick Colley and Megatone is actually kind of a sad one. San Francisco at that time was center for the AIDS pandemic, and Colley was an early victim in 1982. Died of AIDS along with a lot of his colleagues of the time in San Francisco. Like I said, sort of the Castro district. 1982 was sort of the center of gay culture and also the center of sort of the AIDS pandemic in the U.S. And a lot of people involved with the disco scene in the 80s end up succumbing to AIDS, including Colley. So Beckman, which was also his colleague, and Sylvester continued the Megatone label after Colley passed away in 1982. Continued to put out a lot of raging, kind of like disco tunes, quite frankly, all through the 80s, including this one was a kind of interesting. I don't even know how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to call it Le Cage. It's actually a French-inspired tune, so let's give this one a spin, and in memory of Patrick Colley.
You lose each inhibition only
before Kali passed away in 1982, he did collaborate with some other Megatone artists, including Sarah Dash, to produce some dance hits, including this one. It's Lucky Tonight. It's from 1982, from the year that... Oh, it's actually released in 1983. This is probably released after Kali passed away. So, but it was a dance hit in that time frame. Like I said, I wasn't around back then, but I've been digging on these and kind of interested in the history, having spent a lot of time in San Francisco myself. So here we go with Lucky Tonight. we're going to start moving in the post-Kali Megatone, led by Blackman and Sylvester. Multiple producers in this time frame. Still a lot of interesting content coming out of Megatone all through the rest of the 80s, including this next one and by Kenny James. It's called Give Me a Little Sign. This is like they just continue to move on after their friend Patrick Colley died in 1982. Whoa, we're getting some feedback there. Here we go with the next one. So while Colley was kind of like the mastermind behind Megatone, so like the sort of star of Megatone was Sylvester, which I mentioned he convinced to kind of move over from Fantasy Records, who he's working out of the Berkeley recording studios, and move over to Megatone. So Sylvester continued on until 1986 when he passed away himself from AIDS as well. So like it was just a catastrophe all over the Bay Area back in the 80s with people just basically succumbing to AIDS. But this is a Sylvester only track called Sex. And this is one of many of the Sylvester records I have that are in my collection right now. So let's give this one a spin. Yeah, so the interest in Megatone for me, I guess, is like growing up in the '80s. I was unaware of Megatone. I did not grow up in the Bay Area. I grew up in upstate New York, actually, where Cowley's from. But I wasn't out in clubs or anything in the '80s, so I was completely unaware of this whole collection until I basically started looking at some of these 12 inches from the '80s and doing a deep dive, and realized there's some banger disco tracks from the '80s that are pretty much unknown. So, anyways, both Patrick Cowley and Sylvester had passed away by 1986. We're going beyond the '80s. I apologize for the feedback. I gotta figure that out technically next time. We're gonna go beyond the '80s here, and we're gonna go into '86 and into '87, and go beyond the Cowley / Sylvester phase of Megatone. At this point, the label was run up by Marty Blackman, who was one of the co-founders with Cowley. He had taken the reins on this, was executive producer, pretty much for all the tracks, up until 1991 when he passed away of AIDS. Literally every single person involved that was a major contributor to Megatone Records eventually passed away with AIDS. It's a very sad story. It kind of just shows like the crisis that was happening in the 80s in the Bay Area at the time. But I'm going to play another track here. It's by Frank Lavorde, and it's called Love Take Me High. So here we go. 1986 track by Sylvester, which is actually on Warner Brothers, not actually on Megatone. So I'm not sure what the deal they worked out, but at that point, Sylvester was recording on Megatone and Warner Brothers. Anyways, this is also a Sylvester track, so related to the whole Megatone theme. I got some other deep diggers. We can go deeper into the Megatone collection, and if you want, I've got some energy left here, so I'm gonna pull out this kind of obscure track. It's a cover of Do You Know the Way to San Jose, which is not far from San Francisco. So let's maybe cue this one up.
Section, there was this ad. I couldn't believe it. There was this ad, and it was like everything I ever wanted. I couldn't believe it. It really freaked me out.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a weird one. So like maybe we'll play a little more of San Jose and we'll move on to the next track. This is kind of a probably not the most popular one in the Megatone collection, quite frankly. Let's get a little more of a hint of the San Jose, and then we'll move on to the next track.
I
This one's kind of a banger. Yeah, let's go with this one. Joe Carroll. Joe Carroll. All right, let's finish this out with the star of Megatone and Sylvester. There's just so many good tracks with Sylvester. It's hard to pick which ones to play, but this one's Don't Stop. This is going to be the last one. Thanks for joining, everyone. Pick you up at the end of this tune, but this is Don't Stop by Sylvester. You can't listen to this stuff and just think that like Megatone and Sylvester was just massively underappreciated in the 80s. Never really hit it big on the top 40 hits because, you know, disco just wasn't cool, but I think it's cool now. So like this is just a killer 80s dance track. 1983 Sylvester, Don't Stop.
Just so I
I said do one more, but I'm having so much fun. I'm gonna do one more. You can go to bed if you want, but I got some more Sylvester. Let's go deep into Sylvester's catalog here.
Just
All right, everyone. What do you think of that Megatone mix right there? Like, we're going deep in the San Francisco scene in 1980s. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. So maybe we'll do something similar this next time. I don't know. I got some Miami bass. I got some 90s house we got to dig into here. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed Megatone, Cowley, and Sylvester, and everybody else on the label from the 1980s. It's a kind of a sad story with everyone sort of ultimately succumbing to AIDS back then, but it's something to keep in mind. You know, it's like it was a serious thing back then, and it affected everybody. So, yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you next week if I can. I'll be in Tahoe. I'm gonna dig up some 90s stuff down there and try to do something out of my garage. So cool. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks a lot, everyone.